What's going on, everybody? It's a Monday morning. It's Falcons Daily. I am Craig Green, CG, your host, and we're back here to chop it up once again. Thanks again for getting us over 1,000 subscribers and on our way to 2,000. We are very pleased to see that. This right here, episode 98. We are coming up on 100 episodes. And again, thank all of you for all of your time and attention and energy towards Falcons Daily. Let's not waste any time, y'all. We're looking at roster cuts. Okay, the team has to be down to 53 players, a 53-man roster by tomorrow, by Tuesday. And what I think is going to happen is that I think we're going to put a couple of guys on injured reserve, being Caleb McGarry and also Storm Norton. If you put those guys on injured reserve, they do not count against your 53-man roster. So when they do come back, you will have to make a corresponding move and either put someone, release someone and put them on the practice squad, or release someone outright altogether. So with that being said, I want to go over what my prediction for the 53-man roster is going to be. And we have it right here on this nice, neat little chart. And if it's a little small to read, I apologize, but it's hard to fit all those players on that little screen there. So we're going to start, obviously, with the quarterbacks. No surprises really there. Michael Penix, Kirk Cousins, Easton Stick as the emergency third quarterback. Running backs, I felt like we could keep three. I didn't think four. I thought four may be too many. We'll go with, of course, Tyler Algier, Bijan Robinson, and Carlos Washington. I think will make the team over Corbin. I think Corbin will either be let go or put on the practice squad. Offensive line, again, look at the 8 names up there. You don't see Storm Norton. You don't see Caleb McGarry because I've got the Falcons putting them both on injured reserve so they can hold those spots. So, again, we got Jake Matthews, Javon Gwynn, Matthew Bergeron, Brandon Parker, Ryan Newsel, Jack Nelson, Chris Lindstrom, and Elijah Wilkinson, I think, are the guys that will be ultimately suiting up in Atlanta. 6 wide receivers, no real surprises. Chris Blair was the star of the preseason for the Falcons at wide receiver. I think we keep him. At tight end, I think Joshua Simon will find his way to the Falcons as well. I don't know. I don't think Tegan Couturiano will stay around. I think they like what Joshua Simon can bring in terms of his pass catching ability as well. And remember, he was a leading receiver at the University of South Carolina last season. Defensive line and the edge department, I've matched those guys together because they're not really the same, but again, they're going to be doing somewhat of similar things. So at that position, I've decided to keep 10 different players. Now, that could be where some of my prediction falls a little short, but I think every name up there are players that we expect to contribute this year. I was really on the fence about Braylon Trice. It was either him or TQ Graham, and I decided to let that the Falcons would be letting TQ Graham walk, especially that he's on the last year of his contract and has no guaranteed money. It would actually save the Falcons about $125,000 if they were to trade or cut TQ Graham. So I think those are the guys that will make it on the defensive line. Also, we're looking here at inside linebacker. I think we're going to go with 5 players there. D'Angelo Malone converted to ILB. I think he'll make it, especially because of the fact he's a special teams player. Josh Woods as well. I think those guys will both make the team. 6 cornerbacks, no real surprises there. Natron Brooks, I think, will pick up that 6th corner spot over Kobe Bryant. Safeties, just 4 of them right now. Didn't really see anybody there that was more of a surprise to keep on the 53-man roster for the Falcons. But I thought that Jesse Bates, I thought that position would be held down by the guys you see there. Jesse Bates, DeMarco Helms, Jordan Fuller, Xavier Watts. I think they will be just fine at safety. And then, of course, your specialists, Younghoe Koo, Bradley Pinion, Liam McCullough. I think that Lenny Krieg will get cut. I think Kobe Bryant will either be cut or added to the practice squad. So I don't think there's any real surprises in this 53-man roster. Again, I think the Falcons are a little stronger than they were last year at a lot of positions, especially defensive line, especially edge rusher. I think they're much stronger in those positions. Again, center is a little, leaves a little bit to be leaves a little to be desired for me, but they did do a solid in trying to pick up some extra bodies and cross training some of their guys. So I think right now I feel pretty good about where this stands here. In a pinch, Javon Gwynn can play center if Ryan Newsel is out. Next up on my mind here, I was looking around the NFC South and I saw that a prominent name, or a recognizable name anyway, was put on waivers by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and that player's name is Shilo Sanders, the son, of course, of Falcons Ring of Honor member Deion Sanders. And really, Deion is the number one reason why I got into the Falcons as a teenager, because of all the stuff he was doing, too legit to quit, blah, 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 Anyway, Shilo Sanders is a safety. He was just with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They put him on waivers, so he is available right now. Do you think Shilo could be a good fit for this defense? Do you think that we could play him at safety, at the strong safety position, and let him do what he do there? He's, some of his scouting reports from the NFL said that, he may not be rangy enough to play free safety. His instincts may not be where they need him to be. So, but they said he does good, playing strong, and he's fast, and he's also very fast, 4.5 40. The apple don't fall far from the tree there when it comes to the speed department. So, it's an interesting thing to think about here with Shilo Sanders. I mean, obviously name recognition. Excuse me. Name recognition, of course. But would that translate to success on the field? You never know. But I'm sure that Terry Fontenot and the rest of the coaching staff have their eyes to the streets, and they're seeing who's getting cut, who's getting moved, and what's happening around the league. So I'm not sure how Shilo would fit in with the Falcons. Again, it'd be kind of cool to have him here in Atlanta, just because, again, it'd be a second-generation Falcon, but another second-generation Falcon, that is, go right along with Grady Jarrett as well. But I think ultimately, I think our safety room is strong enough as is. We don't really need a Shilo Sanders. Also, want to remind all of you, too, when you're paying attention to roster cuts, remember, folks, please remember that some of these guys, right, they're out here trying to live their dream. It's the only shot they may ever get to make it in the league. There's not a whole bunch of football leagues running around that pay the money the NFL pays, or really even pays the living wages. I mean, it's the NFL, it's the UFL, and then after that, there's nothing else out there for them. So if you're following the roster cut trackers and you see players and you're going on social media and talking about it, please be kind. Please be kind, because remember, they're losing their jobs today. And some of these guys will have to figure out how to feed themselves, how to take care of their families. I know they make more money than the average person, and I get that. But still, you wouldn't want anybody rolling up to your job, laughing at you, haha, you suck, because you lost your job. So please be kind if you are on social media or you see any of these people in public. Think about yourself, what you'd want to, how you'd want to be treated in those situations. But again, it's a tough, tough business, the NFL is. And again, some of these guys' dreams are going to end today, and they may never, ever get a chance to see an NFL field again. So if that is the case and you see one of those players you come across, show some grace and show some kindness. All right, guys, we will be back tomorrow with more Falcons Daily. Until then, please rise up and sound off in the comments and let me know what you think about my 53-man roster. Am I on target? Am I off a little bit? Or am I just completely crazy? But, either way, good, bad, and different, let me know what you think about my 53-man roster. Give me some surprise cuts or surprise additions to the roster that you think could happen between now and week 1. We're getting closer and closer to that. And also, folks, remember, next Thursday night, not this Thursday, next Thursday, we're going to have a real live football game on television. Cowboys-Eagles. We'll get ready to watch some of that and prepare ourselves for Falcons-Bucks a week from this Sunday. So until we reconvene again tomorrow, this is CG saying sayonara and buenos noches.